Well, good afternoon, everyone. And before we start the main press conference ahead of our show this Saturday at the O2 Arena live on DAZN, I thought I'd bring the big man up here, WBC interim world heavyweight champion Dillian Whyte. We're devastated we're not here ready for a face-off, ready for a usual Dillian Whyte press conference, but as you know, he suffered an injury in training camp. He's unable to fight, medically not cleared by his doctor to fight against Otto Wallin this Saturday. Dillian, welcome. Thanks for coming over. I know you've got a few guys on the card this weekend. I've been involved in this process with you over the last sort of week or so, dealing with this situation. I know how devastated you are. I will give you an opportunity to answer, I guess, some of the cynics who say that, you know, you pull out of this fight instead to fight Tyson Fury, but we all know how much you wanted to fight, you wanted to stay active, and how much work you put into this training camp.
Yeah, firstly, thanks everyone. Sorry, I had to pull out a fight because of injury, but this is boxing, these things happen. Unfortunately, we're big heavyweights, you know, I've been sparring some big guys. I had 4 massive southpaw in camp, so we're going out like it's a big fight, train hard, obviously. I don't want to make the same mistake Tyson Fury made by underestimating to Wallin, so I was training very hard. I was putting in extra hours and extra shift, and the injury just happened, and unfortunately, I had to put out. People say, you know, you pull out because Tyson Fury. If that was the case, I'd have pulled out 3-4 weeks ago when I knew that obviously the manager position was going to be in place. You know, obviously my camps cost a lot of money. My training camps cost me a lot of money, you know what I mean? So I'd have just pulled out early to save all of this and money and stuff. I got like a lot of people in camp that works for me and look after me, so I'd have pulled out weeks ago if I was going to pull out, you know. I've fought many times with injuries, as you know. I've fought with injured shoulder before, broken hand, broken ribs, but, you know, I'm at a stage of my career now where I have to use a bit more brain instead of just brawn, you know. And I wanted to fight. I said to my guys, listen, can't I just put some fucking morphine in it or something and just go and have a go? You know, but they're like, well, you're not a caveman, you know what I mean? You need to be smart. There's not just one fight left in your career. So disappointed, heartbroken, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? I really wanted to smash Otto Wallin up. I think I could have knocked him out in the first 6-7 rounds. He's good early, but he wants to box and fiddle around. I would have put pressure on him, and I think and he guesses in the fight. I would have stopped him. I'd have been attacking his body relentless. So a bit annoyed and a bit pissed off, but this is boxing, you know. I train twice a Povetkin, and he cancelled one fight 7 days before, one fight 2 weeks before. That cost me a lot of money, a lot of money in the camp. But I didn't complain. The people asking for this, asking for that. Josh Taylor just put up his fight in the injury. No one ain't giving him no stick, but I think I'm getting stick because of you. All is asking for a medical report.
I knew I'd get the blame. Well, you know that medical report has been dealt with and sent to the British Boxing Board of Control as well. I will say as well, you know, to talk about the injury, I know that it was a case of the injury came and you carried on. Because actually, I know we had a sparring partner in Dempsey McCain who you hadn't told me about the injury when he said Dillian's got a bad shoulder, so he's not sparring today. But I know that you were dealing with that. You carried on sparring, and you made the decision to compete even with an injured shoulder until you were ruled out.
You know what? I had the injury, but we've had loads of injuries in camp before. It's normal, but so I was just like, you know, and I'm mentally and physically tough, so I always tried to push on. Like the guys see there's something wrong, and I was like, no, I'm all right. You know, I pushed on. Some guys basically sparring with one arm only. You know what I mean? And these guys are big guys, but I was in there. I was giving it a go, trying my best. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what? If I rest, I can make the fight. But then also, it's a double-edged sword, because if you rest 2-3 weeks, the shoulder might get better, but your condition will go. And especially in the sparring phase, you know what I mean? As any of my coaches will tell you over my career, I spar a lot. I do a lot of sparring, and I have 4 guys. They do 2 rounds apiece. It's not like some guys have 2 guys. They do 2 runs apiece, 2 runs in, 2 runs out. So the guys are always fresh and they're pushing me and stuff. So I'm used to pain and struggle. So I was like, you know, I can make it. But eventually, you know, the body sometimes just. I had a good camp. I was in good shape. You know, I'm still in good shape. I still feel good. You know, I mean, even up to I think Monday, I was like, I wonder if I can still make this fight. But then the guys said, listen, relax, you know, and I was like, all right, cool.
Obviously, we know that the silver lining is the fight with Tyson Fury, which the WBC have already confirmed that you are the mandatory challenger for Tyson Fury. That fight will be ordered and you will be facing him next. We know that probably won't be till early next year, not because of your injury, but because of the timings of the mandatory and negotiations and Fury just fighting as well. But I know how disappointed you are to miss out on fighting in October, but it must be bittersweet at least knowing that you're in a situation where that fight will actually happen now and you will get a shot at the world heavyweight title.
People just need to put a bit of respect on my name and understand this. Look, I fought Joshua, I fought Rivas. I've been trying to fight Tyson Fury a couple of times. We got ordered and then he pulled out. I try and fight all the best people. Why would I be scared to fight Arthur Wallen, you know what I mean? And his idiot manager, Dimitri Salita. But yeah, at the end of the day, here's a silver lining. I'm still upset because lost out an opportunity, a lot of money, and also a good chance to beat someone who people really rate that I don't particularly rate, to be honest, to once again prove myself that I am that level and I'm capable of beating these guys that give these guys problems. I believe in myself and I know I can beat these guys. But the Tyson Fury fight is a fight I wanted. It's a fight that I tried to get before, like I said, mandated for belts and stuff didn't happen. And unfortunately for me now, it seems like it's going to go ahead. But you can never bank on anything with Tyson Fury because he might just said, I've had enough. I don't want to fight anymore. Or he might just say, in the longer rest, he's had 3 hard fight with Deontay Wilder. We don't know how much they're taking out of him or whatever. So we just have to wait and see. And obviously, my team and you do what we need to do to get ourselves in position for the Tyson Fury fight. So now I'm just going to focus on recovering and healing up and just go and do what I do,
Obviously, a highly entertaining fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And right now, his profile's bigger than ever. He's on the crest of a wave. But it must be said that with Usyk fighting Anthony Joshua, the biggest fight out there in boxing for Tyson Fury is the Dillian Whyte fight. And everybody talks about him returning to the UK. That's an absolute blockbuster.
It's a major fight in boxing, but especially for the UK, it's a major fight. Me and him can dust up in the early part next year in a stadium here. It's a major fight, and it's one that I'm looking forward to. And I think Tyson Fury look forward to fighting me as well. It's a big fight. We know each other well. We spar each other. We spend time with each other. We've had our ups and downs and our beefs and stuff. But I think logically we'll think, this is a big fight. It's a good homecoming fight, and I think it should happen. So let's see.
Well, we look forward to negotiations beginning for that fight as well. Finally, for this show, obviously we were faced with the decision to carry on or pack up and go home. We carry on with still a great card with some great fights, and obviously want to get these guys out, particularly your guys on the card. A couple of words, obviously Thomas Carty, who came into camp with you, the Irish heavyweight, going to be fighting on the card. Just a brilliant fight between Castaneda and Yusuf Kamari, and of course the Savage down there in with a real test against Eric Molina.
First I want to say thanks to you and the Zone and the guys, and obviously my team for making this to go ahead, and thanks to the people who brought their tickets and stuff. But it's still a good card. There's good fights in it. You got the ladies on. Ladies are always in good fights. Good scrap. I'm a massive fan of female boxing, and you got my guys. You got Alan over there looking to come to the war and destruction. Holy, that's all the guy does. I keep telling him, box a bit and get some rounds. He's like, no, I'm going to kill everyone in the first round. And
that's a tough fight, though, isn't it? I mean, look, Molina, no disrespect to Mark Bennett and those guys, but Molina's on a completely different level.
Molina's fought for 2 world titles, and and he's a guy that gets right off and then he come back and beat guys. Look, he went to Poland and knock out Thomas Damek and was written off. So, it's a good test, but I think Babbage will put him away. Once Allen gets through the first round, then the thing with Allen here, people say this and the other, but getting on the first round of Allen is hard work. It's hard work, The guy comes and he gives his all and he lays it on the line. So you might get out of the first round, but you're going to be tired and you're going to be damaged. And he likes that. He likes to mix and whatever, He likes to get involved and have a go. So I think he will knock Molina out in three rounds. I want him to get more rounds. It's very difficult to get guys to give him rounds, obviously, because the guy's quite intense. And then you got Yusuf in a great fight. Obviously, Yusuf's been in camp. I see what he's been doing. He's inspiring 3 guys and giving them hell. And it's the best I've seen him look. I've known Yusuf for a while now. I've been running for a while. Even before I signed him, I've been keeping an eye on him. Best I've seen him look. He's motivated and ready. You got Big Tom Wazy. I see him somewhere over there, somewhere there is, obviously, he's good for Irish boxing, good looking guy, big heavyweight and stuff. He's good for Irish boxing. I think he's a good signing, and he's exciting as well. And I think he's going to surprise a few people. I think he needs a bit more experience with the big guys and stuff. But he's doing the right thing. He went to Joshua's camp, come to my camp, doing the right thing. I got a lot of faith into him. And then you got Johnny Fisher over there, big aggressive guy, selling a lot of tickets. So I think it's going to be one hell of a night. You got
Craig Richards.
Craig Richards is in a good fight. Spider's always in good fights. Spider's a guy I want him to do well. He's a friend of mine. I've known Spider a long time, and I want him to do very well. He just keeps getting the tough fights. Obviously he's had a few hard fights. Want him to do well. You got young female over there, Ellie Scottney. Obviously exciting girl. I'm looking forward to the Chantel Cameron fight as well. I'm looking forward to that because Chantel's very aggressive.
And how genuine were you? I know you were genuine because you made me put the offer in, but for your man Savage to face Otto Warling.
Listen, Alan don't care. If I say to Alan tomorrow, you're going to fight, he doesn't care. He just wants to fight. That's why me and the guy listen, me and the guy had one spar. The first time I met him, we had one spar, and I said to him, what are you doing? How much fights you had and whatever? And he said, I've had like 100 or whatever amateur fights or whatever, but now I'm just not really interested in boxing because of this and that. And then I was like, bro, you know what? This guy, I connect with him. I think we was getting ready for Rivas, yes. And and after I was like, I spoke to my coach at the time, which was Mark Tibbs, and he was like, this guy's got like potential. And after we I decided, I'm going to sign him and give him opportunities. And then the guy's just gone on and pushed on and very loyal guy. And any fighters, I've suggest fights to him to see where he's at, to see whether he will say, no, I'm not ready for that. Yeah, I was just joking. I said, Alan, what do you think about fighting this guy? And he's like, what? Let's go. I'm just like, all right, cool. I was like, relax. You need rounds and experience. But Wallen didn't want it because Alan's dangerous. He's got nothing to lose. Wallen does. So I can understand why you want to fight him because Bobby Stennis is knocking anyone out, because of the intensity and early doors he starts fast, so you have to be careful. So I could understand why you didn't want it.
Well, we look forward to seeing him in action. And again, disappointing for you, I know personally how gutted you are. You couldn't fight at the O2 on Saturday, but we look forward to that fight finally with Tyson Fury early next year. Thank you, Dillian Whyte. We're going to break now for a couple of interviews with Dillian, and then we'll start the main press conference in around 10 or 15 minutes. Thank you.
Cheers.